Welcome to Cobra Kai. This isn't your local dojo. This isn't your mama's house. There's no crying, no quitting, and no being a You will strike first, you will strike hard, and you will show absolutely no mercy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time since we all got to speak to you, but this is the No Mercy podcast, where we're going to be covering Cobra Kai Season 4 over the next 3 weeks. We're going to do 3 episodes today, 3 episodes next week, and the final 4 the week after. Why? Because, fuck, man, we're busy. We got a lot of shit, and we're not pussies because we're going to fucking watch it, and we're gonna do this because, you know, don't quit and all that shit, but fuck it. Let's get into it, man. I'm stoked to have everyone back. This is the GenreVerse YouTube channel now, part of LRMonline.com's big media empire. It is, of course, the dedicated YouTube channel for the GenreVerse podcast network, where you can find all of the podcasts that you're into: Marvel Multiverse Madness, Mayhem, the Daily COG, Genre, Breaking Geek, all that good stuff. And of course, you can find the podcast wherever you get them from. The YouTube channel, LRM's got a regular YouTube channel. The guy you see across the screen, Manny, he's on there doing interviews. I'm Kyle. This is Christine. We do the podcast shit. She writes sometimes. And yeah, that's it. Housekeeping over. Manny, dude, we had some issues with season 3. How you feeling about season 4 initially, man?
Oh, I feel like they should get rid of season 3 and we should just jump right into season 4. It seems like they got right back on track. I was very pleasantly surprised and very happy with the way that it really picked back up, and it really kind of centered back to what we all wanted, and that is karate and getting to the goddamn tournament that we've been promised. So it was a breath of fresh air, because I was a little nervous to see what they wanted to do. Especially with bringing back another old guy, and
Terry.
Because let's focus on the new kids, and they were even able to introduce a new character,
a brand new kid,
and really that really has an effect on everything we've learned in the past 3 seasons, and some of the journeys that some of the characters have gone through, especially with Robbie. So everything that everything that they've done this season has really carried some weight and has some value, especially when we get to the later episodes. So it was a nice pickup. To this point here, I still have seen no value in focusing on Creasy's backstory as much as they have.
Yeah, I agree. Christine, how you feeling about it?
Love it. I love this show so much, even with the whole Kreese backstory. You know, I didn't love that part, but it's like, okay, yeah, just wrap it up and get to the rest. I love the start, you know, because you've got them combined now, these 2 dojos, and it's like
odd couple episode.
Yes, and it's like, you know, trying to find that flow, and I like how they've been, you know, trying to get that, but still trying, instead, because, like, you know, with like last season, it was always that will they, won't they with this friendship, is, you know, what I've been hoping for, and so it was just like every single time, it's like it seems like they would get there, it would pull back because of pride, misunderstanding instead of communication and all that. So with this, it's like, yeah, I'm annoyed, but I'm gonna put in the effort. Let's keep doing this. So I'm already liking that, and them trying to find how to do things. And the new character, I really like him. I feel bad for him though. So it's like
modern bullies have way too many weapons at their disposal.
Exactly. And I also, I don't know how much you want me to dive in right now, but I'm liking the relationship that Johnny and Sam, where it's like, you know, they started off rough, and it seems like it's going to go somewhere, and, you know, instead of like avoiding these 2, how they start out with that 3rd episode, It seems like, maybe there's something there, a little mentor mentee thing. So I'm looking forward to that. Although it was kind of weird seeing that little sting of jealousy in Johnny's eyes when he saw
Miguel.
Daniel and Miguel with that last scene. I was like, I don't fall off the rails, please. But I'm hopeful.
Yeah. Again, just to echo what they've said, this has been a much better start. We're kind of getting that back to what makes Cobra Kai so great. We're introducing a new character, which I personally feel the room's already a little crowded, but the character's got potential, and he does seem at this point. You mentioned Manny, Robbie, the new kid who's dealing with bullies and stuff like that. He seems like a vehicle for Robbie. Now, which way that goes, we don't know. The kid gets super scared when he shows up at Cobra Kai. His brother is the kid that Robbie was first at odds with, and then cool with in juvie. And that's how the kid finds Robbie. But then Robbie, goes and gives the kid some training after he fails at Cobra Kai and says, come back the next day. So I think he'll be used for Robbie's story, which is fine. That's what supporting casts are there for quite often. But I guess, we can kind of dig into Christine brought up some of the things that she really liked. And we'll get back to you on the Johnny and Daniel's stuff, because will they, won't they is a thing they were doing for 3 seasons. We were finally like, oh, it's going on too long. We're all kind of hoping this season is mostly just them working out the kinks of their new dojo, which it seems to be. And you mentioned that final scene at the end of the last episode. How you feeling about Daniel and Johnny, and what other things you like so far?
I like how they finally opened up and were like, you know what? Instead of just constantly judging the way you do things, let me just try what you do with an open mind. And so it was great for them to do that. These two. What is the word? Why am I drawing a blank?
I don't know.
These two senseis. Oh. Jesus. It's like having to experience, a different way of teaching, and I like how they had switched the students. It's like, all right, jump into the deep end with these different ways of doing things, and I really liked how well, obviously it was great with Johnny's, but like the way that Daniel handled things. He didn't do the whole let's just do the wax on wax off again. He with teaching, it's like you want to keep trying new things. You want to mix it up a little bit. You don't want it to go stale. So he tried something else. I mean, they had already built a deck. They've done the work on that end. Why not do something extra? So catch a fish. And they were able to work together as a team without it being, oh, let's kick some ass. It was, let's try it a different way. So I really like that. And yeah.
Awesome. Manny, what's really on your big radar for positives so far this season? And do you think they're going to play with the will they, won't they anymore, or will these little hiccups be addressed as they come up? Are we seeing the new dynamic duo?
Part of it was, they were kind of working together, but they were actually doing it more for the sake of the kids, and they really did a good job at portraying that it wasn't really them that wanted to come together. They understand they had the common enemy, but it was really up to them from episode 1, I think, episode 1 or 2. It was really the kids that brought them together. Their egos were still far too big to really allow them to kind of cross and build something. And honestly, I don't think we get to see that even throughout. We see that throughout the season. even after they kind of learn each other's style, they don't admit they learned anything.
Yeah.
It's through movement and through almost context and body language actions that you see that the lessons did hit home, but they will never admit it.
No.
which is fine, because I hate that when, you know, they didn't have that Apollo Rocky moment in the beach where all of a sudden they're hugging and, you know, they're having a great time. No, they still can't stand each other.
Yeah, and I like the Rocky mention of the movie Miguel gives Johnny. You know, what about Rocky 3?
Yeah, and then open the door, and then there's Daniel. Like, damn it, he's
doing the Apollo.
Yeah.
It's like that episode of Scrubs where Molly, Dr. Clock's like, it's kind of like a race to see who can apologize first, and then Cox and Turk are trying to be the first to apologize. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah,
I like that.
we need to go back and just do an entire podcast on Scrubs, because I think,
oh hell yeah,
I think we're in a time and a place on this planet where people need to go back and watch Scrubs.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, definitely good show. So what we can do is take a quick word for. Well, no, I didn't even say the stuff that I really liked. Jesus. Then we'll talk to our sponsors, Grow Generation. So most of the things that I like is getting back to the kids, getting into Miguel, Sam, and Robbie specifically with Tori there on the edges, just, you know, trying to tear everything apart to a degree. I thought it was funny to bring the mom Amanda back into things and show that sometimes the best intentions can really just bite you in the ass, and sometimes the best thing to do, butt the fuck out. If you're not fully aware of this situation, you're only, you know, there for part of it. You've only seen one side of things. You might want to, you know, Monday armchair quarterback it instead of getting directly involved.
Venture.
Yeah, and then so that was fun to see, because she's always been that sure character, and I'm right, and Daniel's doing things the wrong way, and it's fun to see situations like that. Bringing back Silver and how they were gonna do it, I've actually liked. He's kind of reluctant. He's not. You know, he's, hey, dude, I was in a bad place in the 80s. That's not me anymore.
Nuts. Yeah,
you know, and he even says that he's like, I tortured a teenage kid for a summer. Like, what the fuck? You know, you want that back? So it's kind of funny that the way they build him in the lead up to this season is so far a little bit different than what they're delivering. I like that. I also like that there's a conflict there where he's like, yeah, I said I would do anything for you, but you don't know how bad my life got. So I like that aspect, and I'm interested to see kind of where they go from there. And then Robbie is one of the characters that we've been, you know, really following from the beginning. Robbie, Sam, and Miguel. And you're just like, you want to see him do the right thing for himself mostly, but you don't want to see him burn other characters at the same time. I mean, Kreese is the bad guy in all of this, and I could see a situation where they might try to get Silver to redeem Kreese, but I don't necessarily want that, because like I said, we need true bad guys. I'm super stoked to see this, how this wraps up a lot of things, but we'll talk about more on that on the other side of this break. So yeah, Grow Generation, talk.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. Grow Generation is your one-stop shop for hydroponic grow supplies, product systems, and more. Grow Generation serves customers across the nation and carries a wide inventory of renowned cultivation brands. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Yeah, welcome back everybody to the No Mercy podcast, and thank you Generation for sponsoring the episode. It's the first one for this season, so yeah, thank you guys. Some of the things that we didn't care for as much, things that kind of bugged me. I mentioned, right when I pass it off to Christine about what we did like is the will they won't they thing. And there was a few times during the three episodes where I'm like, oh God, don't split up again. Okay, they fixed it. We're good. And I'm really hoping that the point that you brought up about Sam and Johnny having a moment where Sam's been missing some things in her training and in growing up. Another, speaking of what's the word I'm looking for only getting one side of the story. Sam's only had one side of the Cobra Kai Miyagi-Do story,
yeah,
right?
She's lived a rich life. She's had, the Miyagi-Do training. She's got nothing else,
So I'm wondering if that point will come up in this following episode or episodes where, maybe Johnny's like, yeah, you're trying to steal Miguel, and she's like, no, he's getting something he couldn't get from you, just like I got something I couldn't get from my dad. I'd like to see something like that. But was there any things that you didn't really like? Manny, I went to Christine first last time. Is there anything so far in these first three episodes you're not feeling, or you're kind of like, I hope you get away from that real quick?
Honestly, I was kind of really hesitant about the return of Silver. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, all right, what are you trying to do with him here? Like, how much of an influence is he going to have? Because if Kreese is technically our antagonist who has been for the past 3 seasons, what level of insanity is he going to bring? Because he was crazy. That's really what we remember him as what he did to Johnny, and just that intensity. And so, is he going to bring that back, or what? Or what are we getting? Because if we're just kind of going to get like a mellowed, watered down version of him, then what was the whole point of bringing him back? Even when Johnny went to Japan and he met back with Daniel went back to Japan, he met back up with I don't remember his name. He was.
You're talking last season?
Last season, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember his name, but the Okinawan guy. Yeah.
He still had the same intensity that we remembered him by, and so I'm just that was kind of my worry, and then also we had the introduction of a new kid, and so kind of like you were saying earlier, like, all right, you guys are adding quite a bit here. And I know we have 10 episodes, but given last season, I'm not sure how much trust I have in you that you're going to be able to develop it all in a satisfactory way for season 4. So I think that was my biggest concern.
Yeah, Christine, anything that you is bugging you, or you're hoping they're like close to done with?
Close to done with is Amanda. Oh my God, like this woman just does not know how to butt out. And even in the scene, like, she should have known better. Like, I don't know, because, she's someone wealthy. You don't gift food to someone who sees you as an enemy. They're going to be offended. They're going to be angry. So when she approaches Tori at Tori's job and riles her up and she gets fired, even though it wasn't Amanda's fault, because, like the manager had said, This is the last time. You keep doing this. Yeah. So she's sabotaging herself, Tori is. But Amanda is also, like, she just doesn't know when to back off. She has a restraining order that's been put on her from Kreese. So it's like, learn your lesson, lady. Just stop. Let the karate people do their thing. You don't know what you're doing. You keep messing up, and you're stirring shit up. But yeah, it was like one of those things to where it's, and it was nice of her to, not press charges, when Tori showed up at her work, giving the food back and, telling her to fuck off. So it's just like one of those things. It's like, just go sit down, stop. That was like one thing that kept irritating me. It's like, this lady can't even learn. The adults in this show, they keep making mistakes, so many of them, and she's one of them, and it's like, just stay out of the karate world.
Yeah,
that's my thing. I'm hoping like she's gonna be finally done interfering, because when she does, things get worse. And I know that with other characters, they make things worse as well, but like, in her spot, like she got in trouble with, and has a restraining order against her, so it's like, just stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other thing I really wanted to touch on, because we haven't had a lot of fights in these first three episodes, seeing a little bit of sparring and some training, but that's what I wanted to talk about, was the big switch. Okay, you're not going to join Miyagi-Do. I'm not going to join Eagle Fang, but we need to know what each other got going on. I was really impressed. I love the cheesy music during the training montage with Johnny doing Miyagi-Do, and he's on the balancing board in the pond. And but let's face it, Johnny training Daniel was badass, and that hockey fight, dude, that was so hilarious. I like how Johnny both teaches a lesson and shows that he to a degree learned a lesson from Miyagi-Do when he's like, Daniel's like, where were you for the fight? He's like, don't be there, and then walks off. I love that. Christine, what'd you think about the big training montages from the two?
I loved it, and it was funny. Like, they're both a little frustrated while doing it. Like, this is really annoying, but it was definitely special with Daniel doing Eagle Fang, because it's like, it's always about this inner peace with Daniel, and it's like, it's okay to break stuff. Mm-hmm. It's okay to get intense, and it's like that Hook moment, from the movie Hook, mm-hmm. when they're just breaking clocks.
Yeah,
where it's like, sometimes destruction can be very therapeutic.
I love the sound of breaking glass.
Yes, and it's just like one of those things where it's like, could like, you need to relax, but how about you try it in a different way? Mm-hmm. Let off some steam, get a little intense, and it was obvious that he had fun. So I really loved that, and yeah. So,
what'd you think about the training montages and hockey fight, Manny?
It was just funny that they chose hockey as their median. I was like, yeah, that seems about right. So it was fun to watch. That fight was good. He had to do it on his own. I do appreciate Johnny not giving up on painting the walls, because mm-hmm.
yeah.
I thought that I was like, here we go again. This is one of those moments where this is stupid and it all falls apart, as we had seen before. So it was nice that they both got through it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like the way Daniel reminded Johnny, Miyagi-Do has saved your life, and not just me, but Mr. Miyagi himself saved your life back in the old movies with Miyagi-Do moves, and it's just that little thing. I mean, that's what Cobra Kai does right, is when it's touching the old stuff and saying, yeah, we got this is how we got here, but then they're taking the kids and they're passing on that torch, which is what I really hope after this tournament, that Cobra Kai season 5 kind of sees us get a full focus on the kids, maybe even new kids, with some of these older kids taking over the mentorship roles, and Daniel and Johnny having even more of a background role, maybe more background for Daniel, with Johnny being a little bit more in the foreground. But I don't have anything else to say on these three. What do you guys say? I do,
because something that just popped in my head when when Manny was talking about the hockey scene and how it was great that they had picked that sport. The thing about hockey is, they get out their frustrations on the ice. Yeah. They don't take it with them.
Very rarely.
So it's like one of those. It's like, it's a great sport to put in that. Like I really like that because it was fun watching my first hockey. Actually like watching a game live
in person.
Yeah. And it was, just one of those like, oh God, but I'm sure you're not.
Boards are loud when they get someone slammed into them.
Yeah, and so it was just like one of those where they just walk off casually, but you didn't see them all in a huff and stuff like that. So it's a great sport to pick.
Yeah. Definitely. So, we love this. We love the show, guys. I hope you guys are, are really enjoying it. Please do check out and subscribe to the GenreVerse Podcast Network wherever you get your podcast from, and the GenreVerse Podcast Network on YouTube. Also, stay subscribed if you're not subscribe to the LRM Online YouTube channel so you can see all the amazing interviews and exclusives that we get from our interview team. LRMonline.com, GenreVerse.com are the websites for your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. All the podcasts are there. Like, share, subscribe at LRM_exclusive and at the GenreVerse on Twitter. Christine, anything you want to plug, your social media or anything?
You can find me on Twitter at Adorable Doom.
Manny, what you got going on? Anything you want to plug? Social media and all that?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at LRM_Emmanuel or on Instagram at riddlemethis_510.
All right, and I'm at that Kyle Malone. Thank you guys so much for watching this week, and we'll talk to you next week to do episodes 4, 5, and 6. Bye.